And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Abington Avon High School and TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH coverage of the IHSA Class 1A sectional final between the Havana Ducks and the Brown County Hornets. I'm Dwayne Hulett. We have John Reynolds alongside tonight, Alyssa on one camera, Tegan on the other camera, and we got a scoreboard camera tonight as well. We're all over it like white on rice. No comment?
Good analogy to start.
Well, I could have said flies on something or whatever, but I stopped short of that. I mean, that's probably what it is. My analogy was better than that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay. Well, John, it's 8 minutes and 51 seconds before the start of this one. As Nick Crowley told us in the live chat the other night, this is a rematch of the third place game at the Beardstown Lady Tiger Classic, and the Hornets won that one. And it's, you look at that and you say, put that a little closer to your, I want to make sure people can hear you because we had Georgia saying how great your voice was the other night.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh.
So you look back at games, right?
Yep.
We look at boys basketball, for example. West Hancock beat Macomb by 20 in the first game of the year. Macomb went to Hamilton and beat West Hancock by 7. And then West Hancock ended Macomb's season last night, beating them by 23.
Mm-hmm.
Everything changes, right?
Yeah.
You go in and out of games. Expectations change. A lot of things are different in this, especially for Havana, with Robinson and Clear not being available for them tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. As the season goes on, different players get better or some get worse, and you have different starters down the road on who's playing, who's got the hot hand, and this will definitely be, I guarantee this matchup here in the sectional championship is definitely going to be a lot different than the Beardstown Lady Classic third and fourth place game. So
yeah,
definitely will be a little bit different vibe here tonight.
Your expectation, right, is that Brown County, they won the last time, and you're down 2 people on the Havana bench. You're going to say Brown County's going to win this game.
Right.
We saw a pretty darn good Havana team last night take care of a good Elmwood squad in convincing fashion.
Oh, yeah, no.
Tuesday night, sorry.
Yeah, Havana, down when you came up and told me that they were down there two bigs and with torn ACLs, and you kind of look at that. Who's going to step up if you're Havana? And, man, the bench players just stepped up, and then you really get some good play from Taryn Wickman and Bonnet there for Havana, and they just able to roll right past, I believe, Anawan. They played Anawan, right?
Yeah, I said Elmwood,
yeah.
didn't I?
Yep.
Anawan for them, and it was Elmwood for Brown County. Brown County, though, got a good test, though, right? Because they were down by 12 in the first quarter, ended up winning by that much.
Yeah.
And the last 2.5 quarters was all Brown County. But at about 3 or 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, you thought, man, this thing might be getting out of hand in Elmwood's favor.
Oh, yeah, no. And Elmwood just, Brown County, I think, had the bucket made from Hedden early on in that, or later on in that second quarter that just kind of got it going. A couple quick steals and a couple quick lay it up and in, and that really brought Brown County back from a 12-point deficit and then ended up beating them by that score. So, things can change awful quick in a basketball game, especially at this level of playing in a sectional championship.
Well, if you're from Brown County or Havana and you get Channel 7, Chris Dewar is in the house tonight, so KHQA will have coverage of this. And, we've been here as TSSR Game Time Live. I know this is the first time you've covered sectionals here, but we've been here for a volleyball sectional, a boys basketball sectional last year, a girls basketball sectional now this year. This is a great venue for sectional basketball. They got plenty of seats.
Oh, yeah.
They handle it well. They're used to it. It just seems to flow here at Abington Avon High School.
Yeah, no, this was I did my first sectional coverage of anything before just Tuesday for the regional or the semifinal sectional games early on, and now getting here in a sectional championship and just being able to see both huge student sections. Havana fills up a whole third of the bleachers over here. Brown County's definitely got it to match as well. And like you said, it's a great venue here. There's a lot of seats, and it's going to be a loud one here.
Yeah, and the two fan sections that are remaining were the two biggest fan sections the other night, right? And
they were.
And we do have two cameras again tonight. There you can see the fan section from Brown County. At least I believe that's Brown County.
Yes, correct.
And they came with the whole red, white, and blue theme tonight, and rocking some American flags and showing some patriotism and hoping to lead their team to a victory. And then you got, I don't know where the student section, if there is a student section.
They are all right here in the black.
Oh, they are right behind the bench for Havana, aren't they? So, it's one of those things where the students, as you get farther along, right, in this deal, the town gets behind the team more, the students get behind the team more, and Kelly Sears likes to say that there's nothing better than small school postseason basketball, and it gets even better the farther along you go.
Yeah, I can remember some student sections for some good West-Prairie volleyball teams years ago when they made that run to Redbird and won the state championship. I remember being a part of that, and the student section in the postseason just kind of gives you that different feeling of the game. And me not being a volleyball player or a basketball player by all means, still just being able to feels like you have a role in the team almost.
Well, Jane Reynolds is watching and listening from Sunset Beach, North Carolina, so great to have her along. Our live chat's open. We had a lot of fun with the live chat in the Havana game the other night. It was very active. Of course, that game kind of got out of hand a little bit against Anawan, and there stands up the student section for Havana, and they are in all black, and they are in mass, folks. There's a bunch of them right behind the students, right behind the bench for the Ducks, and they've got all of Brown County on the far side tonight, Havana all on the near side, and Havana's got a good section of the bleachers behind us filled as well. So this is going to be a good matchup, and both teams, even considering the things that are happening for Havana, they've upset some really good teams along the way, and they feel like they got a chance tonight.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, if you're Havana and all those girls down there right now, you've got your work cut out for you. You're playing one of the best teams that you'll probably play in this sectional, and it's in Brown County with, the 6'1" sophomore down low and a couple of really good shooting guards in the Flynn twins. So definitely they've got their work cut out for them, but that's going to make a good basketball game here tonight.
Yeah, be interested to see how things change. Lewis Blair says, "Go Ducks" from Germany.
Wow.
That's awesome. Michael C's, hello, watching from Northeast Ohio. Thank you, Michael C. And we appreciate everybody watching, and everybody, either fans, Brown County or Havana, hop in there and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to have you. It's time for the national anthem, so we'll let you hear that. And now time for starting lineups tonight. I'm guessing they won't change a whole lot from what they were Tuesday. The Ducks will be the visitors on the scoreboard if you happen to see the scoreboard tonight. Jennifer Bonnet, one of the starters, just like the other night. Josie Hughes, who played a great second half against Anawan the other night, one of the starters as well. Then the biggest key for the team, probably Taryn Wickman, a guard forward, a senior. Hughes is just a sophomore. Bonnet's a senior. Hannah Hodgson, a sophomore, guard forward. And Jalen Sarnes, a junior forward, is the other starter for the Ducks. And now the student section on the far side gets allowed for the Brown County Hornets. Katie Flynn, number 1, a starter from the other night as well. Gracie Hedden, a 5'11 senior. Flynn is a 5'10 senior. Claire Flynn, a 5'10 senior, a starter. A sophomore at 6'1, Ashley Markert. John pointed her out. She'll probably be a key in this game. Melanie Lohr, a 5'6 sophomore, the other starter for the Brown County Hornets. And Taryn Wickman set to do jump center for the Ducks, and we would imagine it'll be Ashley Markert for Brown County. And John, real quick, what are you keys to getting started for these two teams? Brown County started pretty slow the other night.
I think for Brown County, you've got to get it to Markert. She's your playmaker on the inside, and she really got off to a slow start on Tuesday. So if they get her going hot for Brown County, and it's all in Taryn Wickman's hands for Havana.
And Brown County wins the tip, and abnormally they throw it into the front court rather than the back court, and it went right to Claire Flynn. Now Lower with it down low, back out. It comes to Hedden. No, that's Claire Flynn over there. She has her hair tied up a little different tonight. Threw me off.
Look a little similar.
Katie Flynn with it now. She's on the drive. Picked up by Bonnet. Stopped, and a little change of direction. She had to throw it up. She took the step. Hughes with it now as Taryn Wickman came down with it. She's going to push down the floor, gives it out to Bonnet. Bonnet now is going to try and drive on Lohr. Goes down low. Now it's out to Sarnes. Sarnes is going to drive on Markert. Kicks it out to Hughes. Hughes is going to drive now. Little fake pass. Bonnet corner jumper left side. Long. Rebound to Sarnes, and she gets a little help from behind from Markert. Misses a shot, and it goes back the other way for the Hornets. Katie Flynn. Wickman might have got away with one right there. Flynn goes and chases it down. Wickman is right up in her grill. She finally gets it to Hedden with 6:50 to go here in the first quarter, and Hedden throws one up. It's off, no good. Hodgson with the rebound, and it goes out of bounds, knocked away by Markert. It'll be Havana Ducks basketball, and it is wild and crazy fast right now.
It is. This is probably one of the louder gyms I've been in, and I haven't been to many sectional games myself. So
Bryce Paisley, good to have you back with us again tonight. Also, Logan Clark is watching from Chandlerville, Illinois.
A lot of Duck fans in the chat.
Little volleyball fan, Zebra Volleyball, watching us as well. Hughes trouble with it. It's on the floor, and a jump ball is bound to be called here at some point, isn't it? You see it come up. I took a second to get to the screen there, folks. I'm sorry, but man, there's a big pile up down there. Oh, there's a little shuffle of the feed, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Bonnet. It'll be her first, team's first. It is on Bonnet.
That'll send Claire Flynn to the line.
Two free throws. First one's good, and that's the first points of the game for either team. Tracy Dees watching from O'Fallon, Missouri. James Reynolds watching from Kentucky.
Uncle Jim and Nana in the chat.
Commonwealth of Kentucky. I can't forget the Commonwealth part. Flynn hits them both. 2-0 is the score. Early in the first quarter. Wickman with it. Gets it to Miller, who's in the game. Back to Wickman. She's going to drive, lofts it up and in, right around Katie Flynn. What a move by Taryn Wickman. and she ties it at 2. Carol and Doug McCoy listening from Sunset Beach, North Carolina.
Also related to me.
Markert gets hammered by Wickman. No foul call. Lays a shoulder in. No foul called again. And they are letting them play, folks. Now Miller tries to give it to Hughes. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Claire Flynn. And she wasn't happy with that call.
I believe that might have been off Lore's hand.
And out to Wickman it comes. She's going to try and drive. Tries to dump it down to Bonnet. And it went off of Lore, I believe, that time out of bounds. It'll stay with Havana. Well, Wickman was going to come into inbound. She's going to leave the game, though. Hodgson comes back in for her, and Hughes will inbound now for the Ducks. Into Miller it goes. To Sarnes, down the corner to Bonnet. Out to Hughes. She's going to drive, puts a shot up, over and in. It rattles around and falls through for Josie Hughes. The Ducks have their first lead of the game. Ellie Bonnet. Bonnet. It is Bonnet. Somebody told us it was Bonnet.
I was going to say
And then somebody told us it was Bonnet yesterday, and it's Bonnet. And I said, I'm guessing since Ellie is the one telling us. And a shot and a jump ball. That'll go to Havana. It'll be Ducks basketball with 4:50 to go. Ellie, I'm sorry. I used to say it Bonnet, and then somebody put in there it was Bonnet yesterday.
I was going to say I was waiting for someone to give us the correct one on there again. I should have probably made a note of that. Tuesday.
And it rolls up and in. Hodgson with the buckets, and the Ducks lead 6-2. Another slow start for Brown County, but it's been a very physical contest to this point. And right now it's working in favor of the Ducks. Claire Flynn says, I can take Hughes to the post, and she does. And it's 6-4.
She's got all 4 for Brown County.
Up top, Miller looks at the 3, and she shuffles the feet. She stepped back with her right, then stepped back with her left before she tried to do the reverse step that's become so popular and had switched the feet when she did it. Tracy D is watching. Morgan Lascelles says, let's go Ducks. Diane Snyder watching as well. Ellie Bonnet. I'll try to say it right the rest of the night.
We're going to make that giant note up there.
In the corner, Laura with it. She drives baseline and then got left alone and had to put it up, and it goes off of Miller out of bounds. Stays with the Hornets, and I think Laura wanted to pass that ball, but everybody left her, and she had to put it up.
Yeah, just didn't have much of a shot, so she just took one herself. And
right in front of Chris Dewar down there. Into Katie Flynn, now to Claire Flynn. That's blocked by Wickman again. So Wickman has it knocked away temporarily. She gathers it back. She pushes it down the floor, comes out to Miller. Miller from about 15 foot, jumper left side, good. Amy Reynolds, you don't know her, do you? Watching from Macomb.
Not like it's my mom or anything.
Amy Boblet is watching as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'd love to have you guys in the live chat. We'll try to keep up with it as best we can. And Hughes got Flynn right in the face.
Yeah.
Accidentally, but she got her nonetheless. That's the second foul on the Ducks. I've seen Claire Flynn and Katie Flynn hit volleyballs. I don't think I want to make them too mad.
No, I wouldn't either. They're very good athletes down in Brown County.
Head leaves it for Katie Flynn. I don't know if she really meant to, but it sure looked like it, so we'll go with it. 8-4. First quarter action here from Abington Avon High School. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Heading with it far side. Comes back up to Katie Flynn. Under 3 minutes to go now. Do have the clock on the screen for you tonight as well as to go with 2 camera angles. Laura's going to drive, and she gets picked up, and she traveled. That was great defense, John, by Bonnet.
Yep, and we talked about that on Tuesday in their game against Anawan, and she did a great job. May not have had a lot of points, but, man, she played good defense.
Walking it up the floor here is Wickman. Gives it to Miller. Katie Miller, a freshman. Wickman down low. Oh, what a spin move, and she got Katie Flynn to move and then put it up an easy bucket. And the Ducks lead 10-4. The Hornets are probably not nervous about getting down a few baskets here. They did it on Tuesday night. I don't think this is the same kind of defensive squad, though. Boy, there's a lot of contact there again, and then Claire Flynn is going to come run through Miller, and Claire Flynn's going to pick up a foul. That's the first foul, though, on the Hornets.
It is.
With 1:57 to go here in quarter number 1, and the officials, as the postseason go along, tend to let you play a little more. They're definitely letting them play tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure, and I think it makes it for a little bit more of an interesting ball game, if you ask me.
Well, I talked to B.J. Stone from 98.1 out of Canton. He does a lot of the Havana games, and he was telling me that Havana loves to get in your face.
Oh,
Bonnet!
What a
And she got hammered, and she's going to foul on the rebound attempt. And she's going to pick up her second foul, third foul on the Ducks. Alan Monroe cheering the Ducks from Florida. Good luck, Jen Bonnet and Aunt Lori. Brandy Burgett watching as well. Larry Dale.
A lot of Ducks fans in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know that we've had a single Brown County fan. Of course,
yeah, they've got
West Central Illinois Sports is here as well. So a lot of those fans are probably watching that broadcast. We'd love to have everybody alongside. Claire Flynn for 3. It's off, no good. Markert used her height to tip it away, but Wickman came down with it. It's 10-4 after the missed shots. And again, it's just starting so slow offensively for the Hornets.
Yeah, and they're going to have to get something going here, and that might be it right there. Going to be a jump ball, maybe? Yep, jump on. Going to go to Brown County.
Will be Brown County basketball. Abby Oney is watching again tonight as well. Nearing a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Heading as the Hornets have switched up the offense a little bit here too. They were doing a 5-out kind of deal. They've got a couple high posts set with some motion underneath it now against Havana's man-to-man defense, but their man-to-man defense is suffocating right now. Double teaming Markert. She's going to put up a shot over Wickman, and Wickman's going to rip it away from her, and Markert tries to throw her down, trying to rip the ball away. And
that's a battle we could probably look at for the rest of this night here. Wickman and Markert down low. And it'll be Josie Hughes to bring it up for Havana. Said she's the smallest one on this court, but man, she still makes her presence known. Is Josie Hughes.
30 seconds to go here in quarter number 1, and that was nearly a double dribble.
It might have been.
And she throws it away. Hedden gets it out to Katie Flynn. She kind of does an odd-looking layup, but it goes in nonetheless, and it's a 10-6 game with 15 seconds remaining. Sarnes, jump ball. Didn't the Hornets get the last one?
Yeah.
They got this one too.
Question mark?
Katie Flynn with it. She's going to look to get another bucket here. She's going to get it up, and it's in. And just like that, it's a 2-possession game at the end, or a 1-possession game at the end of the first quarter, 10-8. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, after a word from Western Illinois University.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abington Avon High School. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, coverage of IHSA Class 1A Sectional Girls Basketball. Sectional final tonight between the Havana Ducks and the Brown County Hornets. Havana dominated offensively much of that quarter, but 2 late baskets by Katie Flynn, and it's a 2-point game.
Absolutely, and Brown County's kind of inched their way back into this one. We saw them go down early in their first game here in the sectional, but obviously Brown County here for a reason, so we'll see how they respond to Havana to start the second quarter.
Allison Grace is watching. David Oscar Jones watching as well. Chance just hopped in and said, "Go Ducks." So we're happy to have them here with us tonight. And a shot off, no good. Hughes with the rebound. She got a hip check from Markert. Markert went and stole it away. Then they're on the ground with it. Finally going to be Wickman pulling it up and taking it back the other way.
And definitely the letting it play is going on here.
Yeah, most definitely. Miller lost it, threw it right at her feet. And Katie Flynn comes back the other way. Pull up, nope. I thought she was going to pull up jumper. Now Laura's going to try a 3. It's in and out, no good. Wickman with the rebound, and Markert is just slapping at the basketball.
When you stand at 6'1" down there and you're a sophomore, especially in girls basketball high school level, I think you've got a lot of say over what goes on down low.
Hughes with it still, has it knocked away, and it goes off of Wickman out of bounds. Kind of feels a little bit, John, like the Ducks are almost a little lackadaisical with the basketball, not really taking very good care of the basketball here.
No, they've given the ball away a few times, and that could be the difference. 2 really good squads going at it, so Wickman's had a lot of good looks.
They're going to call a moving screen. They're going to call it on Markert. Oh, they called her for a push, a charge. It's going to be on Markert, though.
Be her first.
Hornets' second foul. For as much contact as we've had in this game, it's amazing that we've only got 3 fouls. It's also amazing that Bonnet has 2 of them. We've got 5 fouls total. 2 of them for the Ducks are to Bonnet. Hughes still with the dribble.
Wickman's got the other one.
Miller. They're going to call a jump ball. Be possession to the Hornets. Katie Flynn going to inbound. Tyler Clear says you got to take care of the basketball. Aaron Danner is watching as well. Katie Flynn picked up the dribble. I mean, you don't want to pick up the dribble against these girls, that's for sure. Oh, how did Hedden come down with that? Markert gets the rebound, though, and puts it up and in. And we've got a tied basketball game with 6:05 to go in the second quarter, and it was a 10-4 game just moments ago. With about a minute to go in the second quarter, it was 10-4. Sarnes, a long 2 is long. Going to be picked up off the floor by Sarnes. She's going to go back the other way. She comes down to Hodgson. Out to Hughes. Hughes for 3 left side. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound to Hodgson. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Ducks.
Havana wanting it over the back. But like I said, they're letting them play here tonight. So
Don Phelps is watching as well. Wickman, man, she lost the handoff but gathered it back up. Back to Hughes it goes, left side. Still on the dribble. They're not counting, so Claire Flynn was, oh, look at that little
that is a tough shot.
Slow Euro step, but it didn't fall. And ahead in a nice drop step and then went around. And the Hornets have the first lead since 2-0. They led 2-0, and it's 5:08 to go, and it's a 8-0 run for the Ducks. A timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to Abington Avon High School as we are here for sectional final action. There's the Brown County student section. Unfortunately, we can't see much of the student section for the Ducks as it's right in front of us, essentially, a little to our right. But Hughes has it now. 5 minutes to go in the first half, and the Hornets have their first lead since 2-0. Miller goes after, gets it. Hughes tries another three. It looks good. It is good. A triple for Josie Hughes, and the Ducks retake the lead, 13-12.
That's the first 3-ball shot of the night by either squad. First 3-ball made, I should say.
Yeah, they've shot a couple. Nobody's made one until then. That was almost the same exact spot Hughes took her last one from. Claire Flynn with it far side. Down low to Markert. Markert down there guarded, and a steal. It was Wickman that came up with it, but good defense down there by Abigail Cowell. Wickman goes down, throws it right at the feet of Miller. Miller comes up with a dome, puts it up and in. There's the "She's the freshman" chant that we heard the other night.
Popular one. We use that a lot in volleyball.
The Havana Ducks are kind of like a few. Oh, what a little hesitation move by Katie Flynn, but she can't get it to fall. Wickman comes down with it. She outlets it to Miller. Miller now goes, and she kept her hand on top of the basketball, so that's looks bad, but it was okay. And then Hughes tried to get it to Miller and threw it a little high and out of bounds. Maybe need to pump the brakes a little bit, right?
Down a bit there, and that could be some of her age showing there. Hughes only a sophomore, so playing in the sectional championship, that's definitely going to get to her. But
yeah, you wonder if they're going to be good for a year or two. They got two sophomores and a freshman playing right now. So
I would have to say so.
Yeah, I think they're going to be okay. Abigail Cowell is a junior, so I think they're going to be fine for another year or two in Havana. That's if nothing comes down the pipe. And it's knocked it away, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Lohr, I believe. Possession to the Ducks, and they've rebuilt a 3-point lead. They're on a 5-0 run of their own with 3:15 to go in the first half. Coach Michelle Brady, shot on the way, no good, and I think Sarnes is going to pick up a foul here for the Ducks. She is. Her first, team's fourth.
It's not a foul. It was called earlier on in the game, especially one on Marker early, but unfortunate for Sarnes there.
Claire Flynn gives it off to Hedden. Hedden backs Sarnes in. Out in the corner it goes to Lohr. Up top to Katie Flynn. Claire Flynn. She didn't travel. Everybody wanted to travel. She didn't. She lost it there, though, and Wickman comes down with it. Markert goes right to Wickman every time. Have you seen that?
I told you, that's a battle we're going to want to watch the rest of the night here.
Powell's jumper off, no good from the baseline. Tipped away from behind by Hughes. She just is all over the floor all the time.
Josie Hughes is something else.
Josie Hughes is Havana's Katie Flynn for Brown County, right? They're both just all over the place all the time.
You've got Wickman and Marker, who are very similar type players.
They wanted another one. There's Hughes for three again. That's way long. On the floor it goes. Jump ball, possession to Brown County that time.
Hodgson checks back in for Miller.
Katie Miller, the freshman, doing good things as well. They've got some sophomores and some freshmen doing huge things. Yeah, Bryce Paisley, you're probably not wrong. If the Ducks take care of the basketball a little bit better, they may be up by double digits. You're right, but there's two ways to look at that. If you keep doing the things you're doing, you can change that and make it happen later. Oh, Claire Flynn, a finger roll. It just hit the front of the rim and wouldn't go down, and then ripped away by Sarnes. And then they call her for a travel. That's one of those calls that one side of the gym is elated and the other side is flabbergasted.
Yep, you hear the chanting on the Brown County side and the
booing
on the Havana side.
I don't know that she traveled, but I don't know that she didn't foul to get the ball away, so it might have been a least of the two evils. And there's Hughes going to pick up a foul, reaching in and across the body.
Havana's 5th foul. Josie Hughes, 1st foul of the night.
Small school
Second
fans
foul.
are the best. Washington Brimfield, home of the 2022 girls 1A state champions. Memory of our son Aaron Miller, number 20. We miss you. Thank you, Rick Miller, for joining us. We appreciate it. Heading on the inbound and a put back. Up and in is good, and it's a 1-point game, 15-14. Nick Crowley with us again tonight. Approaching the 1 minute mark, and this has been about everything that you could have wanted and more.
Oh, yeah. To say the least. I mean, you got a 1-score game right here.
Sarnes is blocked by Claire Flynn, and she comes down with it. In the NBA, if you palm that and bring it down, it's a highlight on ESPN. I wonder if Chris Dewar got that one or not. Head and finger roll off, no good. Markert with the rebound and the put back, and it's up and in. And a 1-point lead for the Hornets, 16-15. 45 seconds remaining. In it goes. It's blocked by Markert. Outletted to Katie Flynn. Wickman tracks her down from behind, and it goes off of Flynn, out of bounds. What a play by Taryn Wickman.
Taryn Wickman.
Katie Flynn hesitated just enough at about the 10-foot line on their side on their offensive side to allow Taryn Wickman to get close enough to knock it away.
Taryn Wickman's eyes lit up seeing Flynn going down there and took it into her own hands, give the ball back to Havana.
That was a huge play for Taryn Wickman and the Ducks. Across it goes to Sarnes. Sarnes jumper baseline's long, off the floor, batted around, picked up by Lohr. Sarnes reaches in, now it's knocked away, and they're going to call her for a travel. And Dave Phelps, the head coach for Brown County, is less than impressed, and he has given an earful to the official on the baseline, and I might say rightfully so.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Lohr did not have anywhere to go with the basketball there. Had 3 Ducks right around her and nowhere to go.
I don't know if she traveled before it was knocked away, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know. I thought it was knocked away. And that's going to go out of bounds off of Sarnes, and it'll go to the to the Hornets.
So I guess it gets back to Brown County anyway. So they'll most likely take the last shot here. 10.8 seconds to go. 1-point Brown County lead.
Katie Flynn walks it up down to 5 seconds. She's going to drive it right to the hoop. Turnaround jumper off the front of the rim, no good, and that's how the half's going to come to an end. 16-15, a 1-point game here from Abington-Avon High School as the Brown County Hornets lead the Havana Ducks. It's the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed going at it here tonight for a sectional championship and a chance to play in the Super Sectional at Brown County on Monday nights. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Reynolds is alongside. Alyssa and Tegan are on cameras tonight. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with some halftime stats here in just a couple minutes on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abington-Avon High School, as Tegan must have hit the camera. Try to fix that for you folks. real quick. That looks pretty good. Got some stats for us?
I do. For the Havana Ducks, leading the way is Josie Hughes. She has 5. Katie Miller, a close second to her with 4. Hannah Hodgson has 2. And Taryn Wickman has 4. That makes up for Havana's 15 points. And for Brown County, it's the lead scorer is a 4-way tie. We've got 4 players with 4 points. Katie Flynn, Claire Flynn, Ashley Marker, and Gracie Hedden all have 4. And have only been 2 foul shots in the game. Those coming from Claire Flynn early on in the game.
How many times have you seen 16 points and 4 people have 4 points to get there?
Not at all.
I don't think I've ever seen that, and I've covered a lot of basketball games.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at the halfway point. We'll take a break. Let you hear a word from McDonough District Hospital, and we'll be back in just about 6 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here. And then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but everywhere. Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care. Through your education and through your orientation, we can teach you your skill set. But if you have that passion and the desire to be in the nursing profession, you will do fine.
Yeah, a career and a job while they might be listed as the same thing, they're really not, correct? I mean, if your career is being a nurse, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than if it's a job, right?
That's right. And you don't go into it first and foremost for the money. You go into it because that's what you want to do with your life, and the money certainly will follow.
Yeah, and that goes for anything probably,
Yes.
but the nice thing is right now, whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you, right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call
in
our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Abington Avon High School as the A-Town Tornadoes playing host to the IHSA Class 1A sectional final tonight. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Reynolds alongside. Alyssa is on our main camera. Tegan Perry on our zoom-in camera. And we have updated the scoreboard. We apologize, folks. Sometimes we push the button and it just doesn't
Register.
It doesn't register, and you have to hit something else to get it to register, and that's what happened on that. So we apologize. Third quarter getting ready to start here. And, John, what's the keys to the second half?
I knew you were going to ask me, but honestly, if you're Brown County, I'm going to stick with the same thing I said at the beginning. You got to find the ball to Ashley Markert. She's got 4 as well as 3 others, but Brown County's got to find the way, and Havana's got to take care of the basketball.
And the Ducks have the basketball to start the second half. We'll see if they take better care of the basketball in front of Coach Brady. Not so far as Hedden knocks that one away, and then she runs over Sarnes, who went to get it, and Hedden's going to pick up the first foul of the second half, I do believe. It is going to be on Hedden. Her team's first of the second half. And they're going to re-inbound it. And Brown County picking up the pressure quite a bit here as Markert gets the bad pass from Sarnes, and Claire Flynn gives it to Markert, and they do just exactly what you said. Markert puts up the first shot, it's off no good. Puts up the second, it's off no good as well, and Sarnes comes down with it. And Markert just can have her way down in the post, it feels like, and they really, if they can get her going down low. Hughes, little fake. What a move by Hughes! Holy smokes.
Josie Hughes, something special. She's showing it off here at Sectional Championship.
And the Ducks go back to a 1-point lead, 17-16. Wickman got a hand on it, but Lohr comes down with it. Katie Flynn back to Lohr, left side. Hedden on the entry pass from Lohr. Onto the floor it goes.
Jump ball should be Brown County basketball.
It is jump ball, possession to Brown County. And that was a possession that the Ducks needed to take away right there.
It was. And
Markert right down to Flynn, and then Wickman whacked Flynn pretty good, and Flynn's going to be shooting 2 free throws. Wickman picks up her second, correct?
correct. That is.
No, it's her first is what they got on the scoreboard.
I have it as her second.
I think it is her second, actually.
I thought it was, but.
Flynn hits the first free throw. 17-17. Second free throw off, no good. Rebound to Wickman.
We'll just say once Taryn Wickman put her hair up in a bun in the first sectional game, she had an amazing second half.
Yes, she did, and then you just jinxed her because she threw that one away right there. But it's going to be possession to Brown County with the score tied at 17 here.
Apologize, Taryn.
Brianna Hughes says, "That's my sister. Go Josie." Jenny Ross Kelly, Hillel from Havana, and now Brown County turns it over. It's just like I know this is a sectional final and there's pressure, but man, both teams are really feeling it. Man, they're just letting them play too. Sarnes with it now. Bonnet back in the game. She didn't play a whole lot. Hughes for three, no good. Miller down low with a rebound amongst the trees, and she's going to get it out to Hughes. She's got to get out of the lane. She does. Sarnes goes in, and man, she got hammered. And it's going to go to the Hornets. Whoa.
I don't know about that one.
They are letting them play, folks.
Not know about that one, but.
I mean, she did instigate some of the contact, and I'll give you that. Skip pass across the Lure. Hughes Katie Flynn trying to post up Hughes. Head and shot, no good. Rebound to Wickman. She pushes it up the floor. A 3-on-4. I said that right, folks, if you're wondering. And they're going to call her for a travel.
Might have been.
She jump stopped and then jumped. That's not a travel until you land again.
She landed right into the body of.
She threw it up before that. I don't think that should have been a travel, but she didn't really have anything to do with it anyway. It would have went out of bounds, I think, possibly off of her either way, but still. Katie Flynn with it right side. Man, they just are beating the heck out of each other. And Hedden just got a foot to the face down there. Laura is wide open. Nobody guarding her, and she gets the basket to fall.
Laura's first two of the night.
Gives her team a 2-point lead, 19-17. Hughes goes around, dumps it off to Sarnes. Jumper, no good. Sarnes tracks down her own rebound. Gets it down to Miller. Miller shot up and it counted, and a foul for the freshman, Katie Miller. An old-fashioned three-point play attempt coming and a chance to give her team a lead. .508 to go in the third quarter. She nailed it. Claire Flynn is yelling at Katie Flynn. Katie, come get the ball. Her sister listened, though. I think it's her sister anyway.
It is. They are twins.
Oh, Marker with a finger roll off the board to herself. Katie Flynn for three. Marker going to track another one down around Wickman. Going to shoot it across the Lure. Lure looks at the three, doesn't take it. She's going to dump it out to Claire Flynn. Bonnet's going to knock it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hornets.
And there's that defense that we talked about Bonnet.
Brooke Hops is watching as well. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
She's played great defensively. And
Wickman's going to take a seat, catch a breather really quickly, I would imagine. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. There's not a lot of substitutions in this game for either team. It's pretty short benches or pretty short substitution group here for both of these teams.
Has not been a single sub for
Oh,
Brown
my
County.
goodness. I was going to say Sarnes has to get called for a foul there, and she does.
Harn's second. It is. Only the second.
Katie Flynn will inbound for the Hornets. Claire Flynn with it, gives it to Markert. Markert got it stolen away by Sarnes, who gets it out to Katie Miller, and back the other way it goes. Across to Hughes. Hughes for three, short. Cowell's going to try to track it down, and they're going to call her for a trap. They call her for a travel. The student section less than impressed. That happened right in front of them.
Yeah.
Probably should have been a jump ball, if anything.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but.
Hey, Timeless is in the Ukraine tonight.
Oh, man.
He's a world traveler. Heading.
He is.
Down low. Puts it up over Wickman. Good.
Wow. Nice shot, Gracie Heading.
Little fadeaway jumper, and she gives her team the lead again, 21-20. Miller down low. She gets tripped by Cowell, got tripped down there. She puts it back up again. It's off, no good. Rebound picked up by Hodgson. Hughes, 15-foot jumper. Long, no good. Rebound to Katie Miller. Out to Wickman. She'll try to three. Off, no good. Long rebound is going to go to Claire Flynn. And a timeout's going to be called by the Hornets. And Coach Phelps, I'm wondering if maybe the coaches don't want a breather here, John.
They might need one right now. And
Coach Brady is eating up the official over here on the near side as she is not happy with how things are going in her huddle. So she's down there giving them a bit of a pep talk right now, as you can see her on the screen talking to her team. This scenario, both teams want this. Tyler, I'll neither confirm nor deny that. I don't know. 3:29 to go. And Coach Brady, Michelle Brady was a La Harpe High School graduate. My years as a Macomb Journal sports correspondent and writer and reporter, I covered her when she was in high school at La Harpe High School. My cousin, Ned Eckert, was one of her junior high coaches, as a matter of fact. So I told Ned that means that we're both getting old is what that means.
Doubt that I was probably even a thought at that time.
Probably not, no. No, it would have been, well, yeah, no, you wouldn't have been. Never mind. I was going to say, well, maybe, and I was like, no, you wouldn't have been. I don't think so anyway. If you were very, very young. Lore loses the ball, goes right to Wickman. She's going to go bounce past to Miller. Miller pop shot off, no good. Wickman with the rebound. She throws it up left-handed, and it goes in.
Oh, man. Taryn Wickman. Heck of a shot there.
22-21, a 1-point game advantage to the Ducks, and we should have kept track of lead changes and ties. That's always something I should keep track of all the time, and then I realize I should start. Whoa! How on earth do you not call that? Holy smokes!
Man.
Hedden just flat ran over Miller, threw a shoulder into her. Miller's holding her chest as she walks down the floor, and how do you not call that?
And I think if you're Miller right now, I think you're gonna show that in this offensive set right here. You're gonna show it to Brown County.
And she gets a block. She tried to do exactly what you were talking about.
Man, she had her feet set and head and just dropped the left shoulder.
Well, that's a foul. That's a foul whether you have your feet set or not.
Absolutely.
You cannot clear out with an elbow and a shoulder like that.
Not a single whistle.
Down low it goes to Miller again. It's going to be knocked out of bounds to the Ducks, and Josie Hughes going to inbound this time. Hodgson takes a seat. Bonnet is back in. Out top it comes to Bonnet. Off the bench. Miller now looks right into Hughes. Hughes free throw line jumper short. It's picked up off the floor by Bonnet. She puts it up. It won't fall, but she's going to be fouled by Claire Flynn.
See if Bonnet can cash them in here.
Bonnet a couple free throws with her team up by one right now, 22-21. First free throw, nothing but nets.
Nothing but Bonnet.
That sounds like an ESPN-esque kind of comment right there.
Well, who knows? Maybe one day
a Scott Van Pelt kind of. 2:25 to go. And this one's been exciting the whole way. Katie Flynn goes to Hedden. Picked up by Bonnet. Lore with it now. And away, Markert's going to get called for another basket. And Miller turns right into the face of Markert and screams through her to Sarnes. And Markert just turned and looked at her for a second, but Markert's going to pick up the foul.
Yep, and that's a little bit of Miller showing a little bit of letting that off after the non-offensive foul called earlier.
Will Lawson says, go Lady Ducks. Knox and Nora, love you, Aunt Jen. Wickman, oh, what a cut by Hughes. It's blocked, but Bonnet is there. It's off, no good. Rebound tipped around, picked up by Hedden. Claire Flynn, pull-up jumper, left elbow. Long, Markert's going to try to track it down, but she stepped out of bounds. It'll be Ducks basketball.
Imagine we'll hear the air ball chant. Here's the first sub of the ball game, number 13 coming in for Brown County. That's Kendall Painter. So that is the first sub for Brown County in the first half and 7 minutes.
And Laura is the first one to come to take a seat. Bonnet drives, goes around. Markert gets her own rebound. It's blocked again. Hedden comes down with it. She stops, spins, gives it to Claire Flynn. 1:30 to go. Down in the corner it goes to Katie Flynn. She runs around Bonnet. Rebound to Miller. Miller gets it across, but Markert comes up with it. She gives it out to Claire Flynn, and Claire Flynn gets the bucket. Hughes bringing it up the floor. Oh, what a pass to Miller. Miller across to Bonnet. Bonnet out to Wickman for three. No good. Oh, it is good. Boy, it looked left.
Too soon.
It looked left. I thought it was left, and I'm going to say it curved back in. It curved back in. 27-23.
Ducks by 4.
Markert getting a hand way underneath the basketball. That's something you used to see a lot. They've kind of gotten that out of high school basketball. A few years ago, they kind of made that a point of emphasis. Hedden now drives, and she's going to be fouled. That might be on Bonnet, and that'll be 3 if it is. Nope, they're going to call it on Sarnes. It's 3 on her, I believe, as well.
Matter of fact, it is Jalen Sarnes' 3rd foul. That is the team's 3rd foul.
Colleen Boggs is watching. Douglas Pratt watching as well. First free throw, no good for Hedden. Wandering Whiteheads.
Hodgson checks in for Sarnes.
36.2 seconds. You don't want Sarnes to get that 4th one here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Right.
Second one is good. 27-24. Wickman gives it to Bonnet. Picked up by Painter.
Oh, bodies all over the floor down low. Hedden's down on the floor.
Jumper good by Miller.
And, Hedden is on the floor.
They do have a trainer here.
She has popped
Laura's
up.
going to come in for Hedden.
Miller getting that shot to fall, and I know that's got to feel good for Katie Miller getting that one.
2:28 remaining here. They gave her a 30-second injury timeout momentarily, but they took her out that quick. So 22.8 seconds remaining. Not 2:28, 22.8. Claire Flynn with it. Painter to Katie Flynn, 8 seconds.
Needs help, and there's that pressure
Painter,
that
3 seconds. Lohr looking down to Claire Flynn. Turnaround jumper looks good. It's short, though. Right on, but fell a little short. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's 29-24. The Havana Ducks lead the Brown County Hornets. Anna Peterson watching from Kewanee. Thanks for joining us. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And we'll be back for the final 8 minutes here from Appleton Avon High School for the IHSA Class 1A sectional final in just about 30 seconds.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Appleton Avon High School TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Coverage of the IHSA Class 1A sectional final for high school girls basketball. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Reynolds is alongside. Final 8 minutes coming, and it has been as good as you could have hoped for, John. And it's going to only get better here the rest of the way, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, this has been a very exciting 20 – oh, man, here go with that math again, 24 minutes of basketball.
24. What is it about you at 24?
That was the number I was off a couple days ago.
Yes, it was. Wickman goes down to Sarnes. She loses it, gets it back to Bonnet. Bonnet puts the shot up off, no good. Gets the rebound, puts it up again, and she's going to be fouled this time. I think Hedden might come down with it. It is Hedden picking up the foul for the Hornets. That's their 5th team foul.
First, second, I believe. Yes, there we go.
First free throw by Bonnet is no good. She made 2 earlier, missed that one though. Adeline Boblet watching as well.
Oh.
Free throw is good.
Is it just me, or are
that
you
sounded like a duck call to me.
I'm hearing a duck call.
I don't think that'll last very long, but I could be wrong.
I remember you telling a story a few days ago.
I might have been with some people who got kicked out of Havana High School one time for that, but I will neither confirm nor deny that. Across it goes to Lohr. Lohr's shot up and in. What a great pass by Katie Flynn.
And a great finish by Mel Lohr. Able to get that one to fall.
Hughes gets it across to Sarnes. Sarnes now is going to have to get it across half court as they approach 10 seconds. Hughes gets it across to Wickman.
And there's that press Brown County has. We've seen it all postseason, all regular season games we've had, and they've done a great job with that, really putting pressure on the opposing team.
Claire Flynn with it now. Lohr got lost earlier. As they're trying to double team, they're leaving Lohr alone a lot, and Hodgson is on her, but they are sagging way off of her when she doesn't have the ball. Now she's going to drive, though. She gets an open look at the basket. Can't finish. It's tipped out. Wickman has it. It's 2-on-1. Hedden's down there. Wickman across to Bonnet. Pump fake. Puts it up. Off. No good. And Katie Flynn gets the rebound with 6:45 to go. Sarah Taylor watching as well. Leslie Churchill. Hedden with it. Wickman with a steal, and she's going to go. There comes Katie Flynn to try to stop it. She can't. Layup is good for Taryn Wickman. 32-26, 6:23 to go. Heading with it now. Looking down low, Markert and Sarnes are battling hard down low, and they're going to call a timeout. Is Brown County. It's their 2nd timeout. They'll have 3 remaining. And the Ducks lead by 6. Brown County, though, has never been out of this game. They've led a few times. 6 is the largest lead of the game, though, for the Ducks. They led 10-4, trailed 12-6. It's been back and forth since then.
And I guarantee in this next 6 minutes and 10 seconds, we're going to see a lot more of those lead changes here.
Yeah, it's going to get closer. It's going to get farther away probably, and there's going to be a whole lot of free throw shots. That would be my guess.
Yep.
A lot of basketball yet to go here. Georgia just tuning in from Atlanta. That's your fan from last night.
It is. Georgia.
6:10 remaining in Brown County. Katie Flynn's going to inbound it. They trail by 6. Trying to get things turned around here. 6 is the largest lead of the game for the Ducks. They've led by it 3 times now. Lohr looks down low. It's tipped away, but Claire Flynn's going to track it down. She tries to get it to Markert, but nobody was there. Hedden tracks it down right before it goes out of bounds. Back up Lohr now. Back to Claire Flynn. And Brown County here, John, just needs to slow down a little bit. They've got tons of time. They're really only a 2-possession game.
Yep.
Claire Flynn, and she gets to get a wide open look to the basket, and they're going to call a block, and a basket is good. Bonnet's going to pick up her 3rd. An old-fashioned 3-point play attempt coming for Claire Flynn, and a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. 5:36 to go. Free throw short, rebounded by Katie Miller. Oh, Flynn loses it. On the floor it goes. And a timeout charge to the Ducks. Their first timeout. It's a full timeout, and you have to think that both coaches would really like to see their kids just settle down, slow down a little bit here, right?
I guarantee that's probably the first words that come out of these coaches' mouths is just slow it down. You got 5:30 here to go left on the clock, so in this final 5:30 is really going to see who's the better one.
So Coach Brady down there talking to her squad. Coach Phelps talking to his squad. You know, I think still with a 2-point or a 4-point game, 32-28, you're still at a point here where you're just talking about doing your thing, right? You don't have to change anything yet. You just talk about, let's do what we do. If we do what we do, we win this game.
That's right. And Havana, they've done a better job taking care of the basketball here in the second half. That was a big point of emphasis we talked about at halftime. You know, it's just that Havana's got to take care of basketball, and they've done that, and, well, pays off. They're up by 4 here, but Brown County definitely not out of the neck of the woods yet.
Brown County has turned up the tempo defensively and a little bit offensively as well here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, for sure. And Brown County, with that full court press, has put a lot of pressure on these young girls from Havana. I have not heard that whistle for a while.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Inbounded. Miller loses it. It's taken away by Hedden. Markert now is going to have it across to Hedden. Hedden's going to spin, put up a fadeaway jumper. It's good, and we got a 2-point basketball game.
I meant that duck call. The call, not the.
And Miller loses it on the sideline. The deep official saw it on the sideline. The near official did not. And it's going to go to the Hornets and a chance to tie it here. 32-30 with 5:13 to go. And Havana really needs to settle down here as Miller is going to leave the game. The freshman maybe showing her freshman a little bit here, getting a little helter-skelter there. 2 turnovers here in the last minute or so, and Hodgson comes back in for her. Claire Flynn now. Wickman is there, and Sarnes is going to get called for her 4th foul. Sarnes has 4, and Miller comes right back in for Sarnes with 5:03 to go. Katie Flynn's going to inbound again. Claire Flynn with it. A chance to tie it here. Up top, Katie Flynn for 3. No good, but a long rebound. Going to be tacked down by Claire Flynn, and they're going to call a jump ball.
And it's to Brown County.
Brown County retains possession, I should say.
Contains, I guess, woodwork.
Yeah, sort of. Jody Martindale is watching. Allison Grace as well. Claire Flynn still on the dribble. Under 5 minutes to go now. Lohr with it. Left elbow jumper. Long. Taryn Wickman with the rebound. Outlet to Hodgson, and Hodgins can't hold on to it. And then, oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now?
That's a foul. I don't think you can blow the whistle on.
Bonnet's going to pick up her 4th foul.
Coach Brady just saying stay in this one.
Katie Flynn picked up her dribble in a really bad spot, and she turned it over because of it. Flynn and Miller talking behind the play. 3 on the way, in and out, no good. It's going to go off of Miller, out of bounds. Possession to the Hornets. And Claire Flynn and Miller were talking at the end of the last play as they came down the floor late. They helped each other up, both teams did, and early in the game, but this one is getting chippier and chippier as we go along.
And with reason. I mean, you're in the sectional championship. Winner goes to super sectional. Just so happens to be Brown County.
Brown County, of course, wants the chance to play on their home court for a sectional for a super sectional title. Down to Markert. Hedden's going to get called for a foul over the back of Hodgson.
Number 3 on Hedden. Team 6th.
3:36 to go. Bonnet playing with 4 fouls for the Ducks. Sarnes playing with 4 fouls for the Ducks. And Wickman's going to throw it away. She tried to advance it in front of Hughes, and Hughes wasn't going where Wickman thought she was already going, and she couldn't track it down. It'll be Brown County basketball for the 3rd time with a chance to tie here. Actually with the 4th, because they got a second chance in the first trip down with a chance to tie. They've had 4 opportunities now to tie it or take a lead.
Let's see if they can capitalize here.
Brown County, Markert. Katie Flynn far side. Back to Markert, now back to Katie Flynn. Katie Flynn on the dribble. Claire Flynn with it now left side. Taking some of the air out of the basketball, so to speak.
They want the shot here. They don't
Claire
know what
Flynn
they want.
gave it back to Katie Flynn. Yeah, you want a good shot, right? You take plenty of time to get a good shot. Claire Flynn back and Hughes in, and she's going to throw it away. She saved it in. What a job, though. And Markert is going to get called for the foul as she was diving to get to the basketball. And we're at 1 in bonus for both teams the rest of the way. And Taryn Wickman.
Who's going to make their free throws? Maybe how the rest of this ball game turns out.
Taryn Wickman, 1 in bonus here. Doug McCoy, thank you very much. It's been a great game. I mean, and the referee is going to come talk to Markert. Has a floor burn, I think, and is bleeding, and she's going to have to lead the game. I don't know if it's on her hand or if it's on her knee. She looked down at her knee.
It looks like it's on her right knee.
Yeah,
yep, she's
a
got
floor burn. You got to bring a sub in.
Yeah, they'll need to get a sub in so that way Markert.
Painter's going to come in.
Yep.
Markert will have to take a second to get her knee wrapped up. And that's in a bad spot to try to play with, too.
And Hodgson is silent.
Hodgson, okay. Karen Wickman makes the first one.
Uncle Doug, thanks for tuning in tonight. Hope you all's doing well down there.
Michael Flessner, thanks for watching. And the second one for Wickman is good. All those possessions with a chance to tie for Brown County, and now they find themselves down by 2 possessions. 34th, well, you can't count a 4-point play. Although we have seen about 5 of those this year. I hadn't seen one in 3 years probably. I've seen like 5 of them this year.
I haven't seen one in a long time. Lore throws it away.
Lore over the head of, I think.
Hedden, I think was who
she was trying to get
over the Hedden.
Yep. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
2:28 remaining. Hughes with it now. Oh, what a pass. Bonnet with it down low. Has it stolen away. Jump ball.
Should stay here. It is.
And a timeout's going to be charged to the Ducks. Should leave both teams with 3 timeouts now. 2:14 remaining. The Ducks lead by 4. And this one has been about as good as you could hope. There's a good look at Coach Phelps talking to his team in the huddle. And
oh, man.
Let's see if we can get another look at that. We just had a student backflipping down the. Hubie says we are fired up. Yeah, I would say the whole place is fired up.
Man, I'm sweating.
It is warm in here.
It is getting a little warm.
It's exciting in here. There's no doubt about it, folks. I don't know if we're really doing this game justice or not, but we hope that you're enjoying it as much as we are because it has been a fun one. And both of these teams, this is one of those games, folks, where you always hear you hate to see either team lose, and this is one of those games. Both these teams are playing so hard, and either one of them having to lose this game is really heartbreaking. 2 very good basketball teams, and we're getting ready to go here after the Havana timeout as Sarnes is going to inbound. Gets it up top to Hughes. Hughes picked up by Katie Flynn. Around Flynn she goes, backs it back out. Crossover, man, she's got such good ball handling skills. Out to Bonnet. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Markert comes out to try the double team, can't do it. Miller with it now. Katie Miller Going to drive around Lohr, backs it back out, gives it to Hughes. Hughes is going to be fouled by Katie Flynn.
That's only Katie Flynn's first foul on the night. So
that's team foul number 8 of the second half. It's 1 in bonus for the sophomore from Havana, Josie Hughes. Unofficially 7 points and 2 fouls. First free throws, I believe, of the game for Hughes. We'll see if she can hit the front end of a 1 in bonus, and she can. We talked about free throws being important down the stretch of this game. We said we'd probably see a lot of them. Obviously, Havana with a 5-point lead now with under 2 minutes to go. If they can probably hit their free throws, they win this basketball game.
Absolutely, because a 6-point game in just under 2 minutes. Havana's still got to play good defense, so Brown County got plenty of time on the clock.
A little switch on a pick and roll, and Markert gets the bucket. That was a nice play. A great play by Brown County, and it makes you wonder why they just pulled that out of their pocket, right? Brown County did a great pick and roll right there. Markert went right to the bucket on the switch with the shorter defender and gets the easy look.
Oh, yeah, wow. I mean, Markert and just had the perfect opportunity there. That, and like you said, that play it's been in Coach Phelps' pocket for a while. I don't know why we did not see it. Oh my goodness, we got a couple of 3 more.
Got him back flipping all over the place now.
We got a Brown County guy doing some backflips. Havana says, hang on, anything you can do, I can do a little better.
We got 3 over here that can do it. The kid from Brown County is like, guys, come on, somebody's got to help me here.
I know
somebody's got to come help me.
For sure if I got down there's no chance I'm doing this.
I'm not even doing a somersault, let alone a backflip. Tegan tried to get the girls from Havana, and he's like, I don't know who to get here. They're all over the place. They're backflipping everywhere.
Oh man.
1:35 to go. 36-32. And this is what it's about. Sometimes we joke and we laugh a lot. We know this is very serious, folks. Don't get us wrong. But this is awesome. This atmosphere is absolutely electric in here. It's fantastic. And John and I have absolutely zero allegiance to either one of these teams. And it's just a great basketball game to watch. If you're a sports fan, this is fantastic. Sarnes nearly has it stolen away. Hughes with it. Bonnet. 1:20 remaining, over to Wickman. And they're going to start fouling here, down by 4, I would think.
You got it.
Wickman picks up the dribble, gives it to to Bonnet, excuse me. And then Bonnet's going to be fouled by Katie Flynn, and that'll be her second foul.
Yep. Katie has fouls to give, so that's most likely going to be the one we see fouling here for Brown County. But that sends Bonnet to the free throw line, in which
she's 3 for 4.
Yeah, she's 3 for 4 tonight.
First one's the big one. It's in and out, no good. But Katie Miller with a rebound, and that is humongous.
Yep.
And it never got touched. She threw it away out of bounds. But, man, was that a huge rebound. And Havana can't take advantage of it. 1:06 to go, and the Hornets get a little extra added life there, John, because that rebounding on the first missed free throw is the biggest part of that deal.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And
under a minute to go, Claire Flynn pulls up, puts the shot up. And they're going to call a foul.
That's going to go on Wickman.
Man.
Be number 3, I believe, on her.
Claire Flynn.
No, that's number 2.
Hughes is talking to official here, wanting to ask some questions about what's going on. Getting some clarification there. Claire Flynn, a couple free throws with under a minute to go, and these are huge for the Brown County Hornets, and she hits the first. Coach Phelps was your Pony League coach 100 years ago, huh? Was it really 100? Second one is good.
Claire Flynn, two free throw line.
It's a 2-point game, 1 possession. Hughes on the dribble, gives it to Wickman. She goes to Sarnes, just going to go through her hands. Miller loses it, gets it back, gives it to Bonnet. Bonnet gets the bucket. It's a 2-possession game with 40 seconds remaining. Katie Flynn with it. No, that's Hedden. Hedden down low, puts up the shot. It's short. Rebound by Hedden. She loses it. Bonnet comes up with it. They got a foul. Hughes with it now. Katie Flynn's going to get called for the foul.
And Katie Flynn now at 3, but you got a foul here. That's going to send Josie Hughes to the free throw line, which she has made both. She's 2 for 2.
The sophomore has played huge in these 2 games, and these are as big as they get. A chance to make it a true, complete 2-possession game. She hits the first. 24.8 seconds remaining.
My watch just told me, John, it's time to breathe.
Next one, in and out, no good. 5-point game, 22 seconds remaining. Pull up 3 for Flynn is short. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a Ducks basketball.
Ducks looking good here. 15 seconds, 5-point game. Ashley Marker yelling at her girls, you got to get up.
The key now is to get it inbounds and make them foul.
That'll go on.
Claire. They call a timeout.
Ooh, okay, never
mind. The Ducks called a timeout.
I was expecting a foul.
They have 1 timeout remaining. 14.3 seconds remaining. It's a full timeout.
Double bonus for the Ducks.
Will be double bonus the rest of the way.
Oh, man, what a fun one here from Abingdon Avon.
You know, and I think coming into this game, we talked about Havana, the underdog, because they'd been beaten once by Brown County, but they've lost 2 players. They weren't supposed to be the team that everybody expected. They have stepped up and played with an amazing amount of heart, and Brown County has tried to match it, and they have down the stretch here to some extent, but great free throw shooting is the difference in the game right now for Havana.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll get you that free throw total count at the end. We'll get that all matched up. Havana's done a great job shooting the free throws.
We did talk to Coach Brady. Hopefully she'll come up here and talk to us before we leave tonight. Gets it inbounded to Bonnet. 13 seconds. Wickman with it now. 10 seconds, and she's going to be fouled by Claire Flynn.
Number 3 for Claire Flynn sends Wickman to the free throw line. Definitely not the one you want to send to the free throw line if you are Brown County, but not much of a choice there.
The two student sections yelling back and forth at each other. First free throw, in and out, no good. If she makes this one, it's still a doable deal here if you're Brown County. If she could have made both of those, it would have nearly been impossible. Second one, good. A 6-point game. 5 seconds remaining. Boy, you got to shoot that. You're down by 2 possessions. And that's how it's going to end. They don't have to inbound it even if she makes it. The game is over. 40-34, the Havana Ducks get the win over the Brown County Hornets, 40-34. And what a basketball game this one was. 40-34 the final.
The girls are crying. Man, motions are flying here at Abingdon Avon High School.
It was an amazing, amazing contest here tonight. Absolutely amazing, and we hope to get Coach Brady up here and talk to us in a little bit. But, man, what a game. 40-34 the final.
And there's got Angel Clear down there, with the torn ACL. Still giving us good sportsmanship. What a win for the Lady Ducks.
And you got Sarnes, and Wickman. As we get ready to go with the trophy presentation here. And the student section out on the floor. A huge celebration and an upset win in Class 1A girls basketball as the Havana Ducks get a sectional win. And Tegan, give a cheer here. Zoom out so you get both sections.
Yeah, I got both student sections out here. Brown County showing their student section here on the left. And then we got the Havana student section as well. So, man, what a game
from Abingdon Avon High School. Wow. That's all you can say. Brown County, great sportsmanship. Their student section out here, watching this post-game ceremony that the Havana Ducks are having. That's great sportsmanship.
So the Ducks will go to Brown County. They'll see some of these same kids.
Wow.
A big win for the Havana Ducks. An upset of pretty big proportions, not because they couldn't have beat them normally, but with two of your one of your starters and your number 6 player hurt and playing the way they did in this tournament, absolutely amazing.
I mean, yeah, Havana, it was the first game that Havana was going to play here, the sectional, and you come up here and tell me that both their big guys or big girls are out with torn ACLs, and I'm like, oh, shoot, who's going to step up? And, man, did Havana do that, beating the 2 seed in the sectional. So they're going to cut the net down for the sectional, I believe.
They're going to take a picture first, I think, but they should cut the net down.
Yep. They will cut that net for the sectional. Man, that is a sight to see.
The student section getting in for the team photo here.
Yep. Wow.
So you can see the team now as they are down there getting their photo, and a bunch of students here tonight. We've had good student sections all week, but these two were by far the best student sections of the sectional tournament.
And does this boil down to that? You got 2 great student sections going at each other back and forth the whole game, and then 2 great young basketball programs going at it as well. And like I said, we talked about how young these teams are and how good they're going to be coming up in the next years.
Coach Brady's already found her way up here, so we won't even. Okay. Go talk to BJ first. Okay. Go talk to BJ first. Nope, go talk to him first. We can be here as long as we want.
Okay. Sorry, I'm all sweaty.
No, you're fine. BJ Stone's going to talk to Coach Brady as well, so we'll take a quick break. We'll let you add up stats.
Oh, yes.
And we'll come back and have an interview with Coach Brady in just a few minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The final score, 40-34. The Ducks get a win over the Brown County Hornets. We'll be back in just about 3 or 4 minutes.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abington-Avon High School. 40-34 the final. The Ducks get a win over the Hornets. Havana advancing to the Super Sectional at Brown County next Monday night. I guess this coming Monday night. Not sure who they play yet, but man, this one is as good as it gets. John, you got some stats for us?
I do. For the victorious Havana Ducks, it was the number 10, Taryn Wickman, leading the way. She had 14, as well as double-digit points for Josie Hughes with 10. Katie Miller had 9 following then, Jennifer Bonnet 5, and Hannah Hodgson had 2. As for the Brown County Hornets who fall, the lead scorer, Claire Flynn, she had 10. A close second, Gracie Hedden had 9. Ashley Markert was 6. Katie Flynn had 5, and Mel Lohr had 2.
We want to thank everybody that's had the kind words in the live chat for the announcing and stuff that we did. We greatly appreciate everybody joining us. We do some Havana games throughout the year. I've seen the girls play a few times, but always a great team. We thank you guys for being so kind to us in the live chat. We thank you guys for being so active in the live chat. It makes these broadcasts so much more fun for us, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it as well, as we like to talk with you guys in the live chat. It's a lot of fun. And Douglas Pratt, thanks for your kind words. Lewis Blair from Germany, thank you for watching and your kind words as well. Sophia Ravely, I hope I said that right. Thank you. Appreciate that as well. So it was just a fun game, just an absolutely great game. Coach Brady is going to be over here to talk to us. She's already over there talking to BJ Stone on 98.1 FM. He carries all of the Western Illinois University games, does the broadcasting for the men's games for Western Illinois University, and does a great job with them. And he's live on air on the radio station there, so didn't want to steal. It's easier for us to stay on and use time up than it is for a radio station. So let's make sure she gets down there, talks to him, and we'll have a few words with her in just a few minutes. I want to thank Alyssa and Tegan for running the cameras tonight. We were expecting them to cut the nets down, but they have not started doing that. They got the ladder for it, but they don't have anybody doing it yet.
Of course. And we talked about how it's all going to come down to free throw shooting. I mean, a 6-point game. For Brown County, they went 6 of 9 for the free throw line, and Havana 10 of 15.
And Havana scored 2 buckets is all they scored, right, in the fourth quarter. Everything else was from the free throw line.
Correct. Yep. Jennifer Bonnet had 2, and so did Taryn Wickman. The rest were free throws.
Yeah, so it's free throws played a huge part. And we talked about, I think the turning point of that game was 34-32 and – no, 32-30.
Mm-hmm.
And Brown County had 4 possessions with a chance to tie and never got it tied.
Did not walk away with a single point out of those 4 possessions. So that is definitely something Brown County is going to have to sleep on tonight, as that was kind of, I'd say, the momentum shift in this ball game.
You know, you look through points of the game. I mean, and this game had runs in it, right? It was 10-4. It ended up being 12-10. Mm-hmm. Brown County took an 8-point run, and then Havana answered with a 5-point run, and then it was just kind of back and forth after that. And Havana opened up a 6-point run or a 6-point lead in the third quarter, and it felt like they maybe had it taken care of, and then it got down to 2 points. And Coach, we'll get you on the microphone here, and Ned Eckert was watching this, and he wanted me to point out that you graduated from La Harpe.
About it.
I don't know if you're on. I don't know if you remember me or not, but I said I remembered you graduated from La Harpe because you played with Coach Finch or for Coach Finch, and I worked at the Macomb Journal way back then.
Okay.
So I covered some of your games. these kids kind of have your same mentality a little bit, it feels like, from what I remember how you played basketball.
Well, I hope so. I hope that comes through in my coaching, because I'm very passionate about what I do, and I like to stay very involved, and I'm not a coach that's going to sit on the sidelines and be quiet, but I've really tried to change my mindset, and I tell the girls all the time, and so I've been really focusing more on it myself, at sticking with just worrying about what we are doing on the floor and trying to block out anything else. So if something's not going our way, if the fans are loud. We love the loud fans, but sometimes, it's hard for us to hear. And I just always tell them, control the controllables, work on what we control, our attitude, control our effort, and I'll do the same. And, that so far that's been working for us. And I think I'm really proud of the girls, because there were lots of times tonight where I think that we could have got down and they just kept picking each other up and fighting back and stuck with our game plan, and we came out on top.
Well, there was a timeout, and I don't remember which one of you guys called it actually, but there was a timeout with about 5 minutes left to go, and it was like a 4-point game or a 6-point game, maybe 4. And I said both coaches are probably just saying right now, just do what we do, right? Just do us.
Right.
Don't worry about what they're doing. If we just do us, we're going to win this game.
Right.
And because it was really at that point kind of helter-skelter. There's a few times in this game it kind of got really helter-skelter on both sides, and I felt like you guys as coaches, both you and Coach Phelps, were like, just settle down, hit the brakes a little bit, and take care of the basketball, and we'll be okay.
Well, and I think that's true. Anytime you have a high-stakes game like this and two really good teams, I mean, Brown County, they fought till the end, and they gave us everything we wanted. And we knew we were going to have a fight coming into this. And for us, we had lost to them early on. They knocked us out last year. And so it was kind of one of those things where, we knew we were kind of the underdogs coming in, but we were the underdogs earlier in the season too. And I told BJ, we've had some injuries and some things happen, and it hasn't knocked us down. We just keep getting back up, and our girls have really stepped up. Those girls who weren't used to playing as many minutes as they've been playing have stepped up and come along. The girls who have been playing all year have really taken on more of a leadership role and been positive and helping out the other girls. And the girls with the injuries have been wonderful, so positive, helping coach and direct things on the bench and staying on their teammates and keeping them up. And I couldn't be more proud of them. I mean, they're doing everything we're asking them to do, and I myself am trying to focus more on just coaching my team and not letting anything on the outside get to us. Because if we can weather the storm and get through the storm, sometimes you get to see the rainbow on the other side, and that's what happened tonight. So,
well, I talked to BJ Tuesday night before the game started. He said they've lost a starter. They lost their number 6 player to ACL injuries. It's they still beat Unity, but there's that but, right? When you lose 2 key players,
yeah.
That makes
our leading scorer, yeah.
That makes a but a lot bigger, right?
Yeah.
That but is like there's always a but that's a lot bigger than these girls just never quit. I mean, you have freshman Miller playing huge minutes. Josie Hughes has got ball handling skills. Her fake passes and moves with the basketball, college-esque. I mean, she really handles the ball well. Those girls stepping up and playing big minutes for you, and then Cowell came in and played pretty good for you a little bit.
She did. She's a tough kid, and I think no matter what the size is of the person she's going with, she's going to give you all you want. She's a tough kid.
Everybody looks at both of these teams seniors, but both of these teams tonight had young players play key roles too. I mean, these 2 teams are going to be battling at this level for several years to come, at the minimum, right?
I hope so. That would be great. I would hope so. I mean, and you can ask Ned, and I don't know if you remember this or not, but I may not have been the best player on the floor ever, but I was going to work my butt off, and these girls did that tonight. So that, I think, did maybe come from my roots a little bit, because I always say, don't let anybody outwork you. Be the hardest worker, get better every day, and that's what we've been doing. So, and it's paid off in the end. And
you guys did a great job rebounding tonight, I thought, considering – Miller is down there, Hughes is down there. I mean, Wickman down there getting rebounds, you kind of expect it, right? We get Miller and Hughes down there getting rebounds. They're way outsized, and they're still getting position and getting rebounds.
Well, part of our game plan tonight, and Jalen and Taryn and Abby, when they were in, is, to keep Ashley Martin, off the glass as much as possible, because she is a ton. And even the twins, I mean, they're tall and long, and they all are. And so they did a great job trying to keep her out so that some of our smaller guards could get in there and get good position. And then I just told them, you might get bumped and hit in a little bit because they're going to out-jump us, so they're maybe going to get away with some going over the back and things. And that's part of the game. We got to be able to withstand that contact, that pressure, and rip that ball and get out of there and be ready to go the other end. And I think they did that. They stuck with it.
After the game the other night, BJ and I were talking, and he was talking about it was going to be a physical game. You guys like to play physical. Brown County likes to play physical. That's how this game was. The officials let you play quite a bit as well. Did that favor you, or was it a hindrance to you? I mean, you won, so it doesn't really matter. But do you think it was? I mean, is that what you need to do at this point to be able to really play? Or
I think that's kind of at this point in the season. I think that if you're playing smart, they're going to let you play a little bit. I mean, as long as nobody's doing anything cheap, and if they're not going to let you get away with slapping at people. But if it's bumps and things underneath the basket or things like that, I think at this point in the season and this caliber of teams, you got to let them play a little bit. I mean, I think for a long time it's been, girls basketball has come so far that now, we can take a little contact and come back. And I told the girls to be prepared for that, and they were. And like I said, there were times that we could have got down and felt sorry for ourselves, or but they didn't. They just kept fighting, and that's what we were focused on. And that's what I told them. Don't worry about anything outside of what we can control, and that's what we did.
Well, you guys had opportunities. You said you had opportunities to get down. There was times where the ball handling wasn't great, some bad passes, maybe trying to do too much with the basketball. Some of those timeouts, was that some of the stuff you were talking about, saying, hey, just stay within ourselves a little bit?
Yeah, and we talk about that a lot, and that's the last thing I always tell them in the locker room. Hey, remember, we just need to do our jobs, do what we do, take care of us. We can't control anything else, and just remember to keep fighting, keep coming back. And I'm just proud of how well they work together as a team and how much they pull for each other. And, any given night it could be a different person that's doing their job. And I'm just thankful for them and our fans and everybody. They keep looking at me. I think they want us to cut down the net.
Yeah, I think they do. I'll let you go.
I'm sorry.
We're going to stay on long enough for you to cut the net. So everybody that's still watching, there's over 200 still watching.
Oh my goodness.
We'll let them see you cut down the net.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank everybody who came and supported us, and our community and our students.
There was over
fans,
600.
Parents.
There was over 600 watching at one point tonight. So
That's amazing.
And the live chat was almost all Havana fans.
Yeah.
So you might want to thank all the folks at home too.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching at home. We love ya. We appreciate ya. Go Ducks.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Coach Brady talking to us there on the post-game show. And we will leave it up here long enough so you can see him to cut down the net here. As it was a big win for the Havana Ducks. And they're going to, I think, cut the net down here in a few seconds. We'll see if that's what they are going to do. Hey, BJ, come here. While they cut down the nets. Here, I want to talk to you about Western basketball and Western stuff. You want to do that?
Today?
Yeah. BJ Stone, I've talked about him several times tonight from 98.1 in Canton. But he does the Western men's basketball and football.
Yep.
And, boy, they had a huge win today, didn't they?
Big win. When they beat North Dakota and North Dakota State at home earlier, it was the first time they'd beaten those two teams at home in about 5 years. And I think this is the first time they've swept North Dakota in probably 10 years since the great season of 2012-2013. And with the win, Western secures at least a 500 season in the league, but they still, with a win Saturday, can finish third. And that's what they want to do. If they finish third, they will avoid a semifinal game with you-know-who.
Oral Roberts. I talked to Coach Jeter quite a bit now. JT plays for Western or for Macomb.
Yep.
And I see Coach Jeter quite a bit at downtown athletic club meetings and so on as Coach is down there cutting the net now. But he's a really good dude, isn't he?
He is just the most laid back. I've been with him on the road. It's been quite an eye-opening experience. I haven't been on the road with a college D1 basketball team, and just to see how they work. They're very organized, but they're very relaxed about it. They don't get too involved with their pregame practices, and they work hard to have a system that works, and they can have practices that are calm, easy, nobody gets hurt, but they got a good system going. And you know what I really like about coaches? He uses assistant coaches very well. I mean, he's the distributor of authority, and then the assistant coaches do a lot of the coaching.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I think he's won a lot of basketball games as a head coach,
Yes,
and I think if Western continues to stay with him, he's going to continue to build this program to, I think, where Western wants. You can see those steps, even if they're not huge, the steps are getting made, right?
Well, and it's just, you always have that fear that a guy as good as Coach Jeter comes in here and starts winning 20 games, how long before somebody comes and snaps him away from Western Illinois and offers some big bucks? We hope, certainly, as fans, we want him to stay because the way the team looks, the way they act, they're good gentlemen off the court. They're good students. They treat people well. He brings in quality kids. And it's good for the community. It's good for the area. It's good for the whole west side of the state to have a team at Western be really good like this.
Well, some people have asked, and you and I have talked about it a little bit, and you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but you're in Canton. You're not in Macomb.
Correct.
But you've stepped up to be the flagship station for Western Illinois University. What was it that made you guys want to do that?
Well, quite honestly, Patrick Osterman over at McDonough District Hospital has been a sponsor of ours with high school sports for several years, and Patrick suggested last year that if they couldn't find a radio outlet, to give us a call, and it worked out. R.J. Larson did the games last year. He did a lot of the men's games, and he did the football games with Dr. Cody. And this year, with Paul Bubb, the new athletic director, Paul and I had a meeting before the season about doing the second year of the relationship. We have a stream. We have a free mobile app. We come in Macomb. We don't go very far west of Macomb,
right.
So a lot of people have to listen on the stream. But Paul liked it. Paul liked the relationship. We are very aggressive in trying to build a network. We hope to have 4 or 5 stations across Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois carrying football games next fall, which would be huge for the university. And then I said to him, nothing wrong with the students doing the games, but I'd really like to, and there's a lot of veteran announcers for the other state schools, and you think that'd be something you want to try? And he said, you know what, I think that's something we should do. So I've had a blast doing it. I'm no better than the student announcers. I just have the ability to get the games that maybe they got to go to class, so I can go on the road with them.
Well, and, I think I've heard nothing but good things about what you guys are doing with Western, and I really feel like Macomb, West Central Illinois in general, needs to get behind Western.
Yes.
There's really good sports played there. They've got good coaches now.
Yes.
Coach Gravina in women's basketball, Coach Jeter in men's basketball. Football's got great coaches now. All those programs. Baseball's got a new coach this year.
Yep, and a new attitude and new spirit, yeah.
All those programs are growing. This is the time, right, to get behind Western and support it a little bit.
Tell you what, J.D. Gravina, I don't know if people realize how respected he is in the coaching community for women's basketball. It's fantastic respect for him all over the country. And in Myers Hendrickson, the new football coach that came in last year, probably wasn't on pace to win any games and almost pulled out, 3 or 4 wins.
Yeah, probably should have had 3, including the last one of the year that would have been a huge upset.
So Myers is a great young leader. He's got a great staff. He's bringing in some fantastic talent. Wait till you see them this fall. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and that's the thing. Last year wasn't his, right? I mean, he was coaching, but it wasn't his kids, right? So he's got his first real class coming in this fall, and he's brought some big kids, some fast kids, some small school kids, some big school kids, some transfers. He's going everywhere he can to get his program where he wants it.
And you know what's really interesting? They finally got the net chopped down. You see it there in the camera. That looks great. Michelle Brady. I don't know. I think she's afraid of heights, but she did pretty good on the ladder, so good for her.
Yeah.
She's not very tall. She's vertically challenged to begin with. So.
Yeah, she needs most of the steps of the ladder to get up there to cut it down. I said that she actually played at La Harpe High School, and while I worked at the Macomb Journal way back in the day, which isn't around anymore, she was a player at La Harpe. So I was joking. I said, I don't know if you even remember me from 20 years ago or whatever.
She'd be an Illini West Charger now then, right?
She would be an Illini West Charger now. That is correct.
Wow.
Coach Finch, who's now the AD at West Prairie, was her coach. Ned Eckert, who's my cousin, who has been watching, was her coach in junior high. I mean, all these things, you ever notice that? You stay a few years and things just start to tie together, don't they?
Isn't it cool?
It is. It is awesome.
By the way, I'm talking about Western real quick if I could plug. We will be up at the tournament next week. We will not be on the radio. We're going to be at goleathernext.com on the stream for the tournament for both men and women. So we'll carry men's and women's game. I think the women play Friday. The men secured, with their win today, a Sunday evening game. So make plans on Sunday evening. What is that, March 5th, I think? Leatherneck's will be
Yeah,
playing.
a week from this Sunday.
Like I say,
yeah.
they could go anywhere from 3rd to 6th, depending on what happens Saturday against North Dakota State. North Dakota State's got a potential NBA center in Grant Nelson, and he had a big game against Western down here, but Western beat him anyway. If Western can pull off that win, and I didn't see the score tonight. If North Dakota State beats St. Thomas, and then Western beats North Dakota State and Western will tie for 3rd, and Western will win the tiebreaker because they had beaten them twice. So a 3rd-place finish coming off of what the last few years have been for Western Illinois would be absolutely fantastic, don't you think?
It would be awesome. And, again, that's goleathernecks.com.
Yep.
You can listen to the game. And, folks, I'm telling you, that team that they've got this year is as athletic of a Western team as has been there in a long – maybe ever, but for sure in a long time.
Josiah West is about 6'4", and he's a leaper. And against Oral Roberts with a 7'5" kid jumping center the other night, Josiah got up, caught him at the top, went over the top of him, and won the tip. And that was – I mean, this kid plays the whole game about halfway up the backboard.
Right.
You know, and then they've got
some
other athletes.
I did that too.
Well, I know
when I was younger, but it was like a 4-foot hoop.
Well, we both had Nerf baskets at home. So
exactly.
We're both able to fly when we were doing the Nerf baskets.
Exactly.
Anyway, Josiah gets up. Quinlan Bennett gets up. 2 guys off the bench, KJ Lee, Elijah Farr. I mean, this is a Dunkaholic special, this team.
Yeah.
They're fun. And Trent Masner is one of the best guards in the country, hands down.
Yeah, he's scoring some points, isn't he? He had a career in a week, didn't he?
He had 34 today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he had 46 against them last time. So he averaged 40 points in 2 games against North Dakota. They're probably happy not to see him.
I'm going to tell you, he scored 34 points today, but he led the team in assists, too, with 7
assists, 6 rebounds.
And 4 steals.
And Rosner has been a fantastic – Rosner's an example for kids in the area that are going to Division II or Division III. The Western coaches kept an eye on this young man. He played at Division II Winona State, elevated his game. Western said, why don't you come down and play your last year with us? I think you can play Division I basketball. Kid's averaging double figures.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player. And the coaches spotted him.
Yep.
So hats off to them. I've enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on. This has been fun.
No problem. I appreciate you. Our live chat's blown up tonight. Is anybody talking to BJ in here? There's still 100 people. Some people
That's
watching.
Outstanding. Well, they're all watching Havana cut those nets down.
They are.
Karen Wickman is now wearing a net. So is Katie Robinson. She's the young lady sitting down in the street clothes. She was unable to play tonight. And then back there in the back row with the crutches, that's Angel Clear. Both of them had knee injuries in the last week of the season, just devastating. But can you believe this team missing 2 of their top 6 players has won 4 in a row in the playoffs?
Yeah, I know. That's what I talked to Coach Brady about. That's just attitude, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's just
Desire,
belief and attitude and
hustle.
desire. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
They just yelled, "We're not done yet."
Well,
instead of saying cheese, they said, "We're not done yet."
Well, I don't think that they probably are.
No,
it doesn't. I don't even know who they're playing Monday night, but I wouldn't want to be them.
It's either going to be Oakville or Carlisle playing in the Jacksonville Route Super Sectional tonight. I would like it very much if they would win Monday night because then well, you know what? I won't be able to get the normal. Maybe you'll have to fill in for me on Q98.1.
Hey, I would do that. If you want me to do that, I would do it.
We'll talk about that.
Seriously. No charge. I'll do it if you want me to do it.
That'd be awesome.
If they
I'll
make
be
it
up in Sioux Falls.
Okay, if they make it, I'm there.
All right.
Okay, it's a deal if you want me to. It's a deal. So let's hope the Ducks can get there. Even if I don't do the game, I hope they get there because these ladies have been tons of fun this week.
I've seen them go so deep into the playoffs with Coach Wilson and now with Coach Brady, and they deserve a shot at getting to that main floor just one time.
Tori Wickman says hi.
She does.
Yeah, Tori Wickman. Tell him I
Tori,
said hi.
That's Taryn's brother.
Okay, Tori.
What's up, Tori? And I'll talk about athletes. You should have seen that kid play quarterback.
Ellie Bonnet says hi as well.
Ellie, well, she's just trouble.
She's trouble?
No, she's not. She's a great kid. Ellie's fantastic, and she was a great player for this team too. And yeah, they've had so many great talents over the years, and then on the boys' side, Torrey was a great quarterback, great guard in football, and then guess what he goes to college to do? Baseball.
Hey, why not?
He just does everything.
There you go. That's what small school kids do, right?
Absolutely. I love that.
That's what they do. Well, BJ, thank you very much for talking to us. We greatly appreciate it.
You bet.
I think that'll about do it from Abington Avon High School tonight. The Havana Ducks move on to the Super Sectional 40-34 with a win over the Brown County Hornets. For John Reynolds, Alyssa on one camera, Tegan Perry on the other camera, and BJ Stone from 98.1.
Thanks for all you guys do. It's great. I watched this. Good stuff.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming and talking to us. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again very soon here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.